Every year, the sea chooses one, not the weakest, not the loudest, just the one who lingers too long. At Peggy's Cove, they don't say be careful, they say mind the rocks. Finley arrived first. He told himself he wanted quiet. The Atlantic did not judge. Callum followed a week later, duffel over his shoulder, grin easy as ever. The only lighthouse that hadn't been automated. Private sends out a keeper. They do a 2-year residency. The old dwelling had long been torn apart by hurricanes. Only the tower remained. White column, red crown, a flash every 10 seconds. They slipped inside without a single look from the locals, the occasional nod. The village offered little more than nods. Mind the rocks, always in the same tone, as if the rocks were listening. For weeks it felt like sanctuary. Sunsets bled molten gold across granite. Fog rolled in slow and theatrical. The light flashed every 10 seconds, steady, indifferent, like it had seen this before. Callum loved the lantern room. He leaned against the glass and breathed the salt air. No one up here to bother us. The light flashed. 10 seconds. Again. The whisper came on a windless night. No storm. No shifting metal. Just a voice threading through the vent. Come down. Finley blamed the iron expanding. The second night it used a name. Callum. He froze halfway up the spiral. The sea outside was too smooth, too patient. She appeared 3 nights later. Fog pressed against the rocks like breath against glass. There's someone out there, Callum said. She stood on the slickest ledge, where the tourists never step. A woman in blue, dress plastered to her body. The wind tore across the cove. Spray lifted. Callum's jacket snapped violently. Her dress did not move. Her hair lashed sideways. The fabric hung straight. Her feet were already beneath the tide. She turned. Too slowly. Her face looked almost normal. Just slightly wrong. Features blurred like something seen through water. When she smiled, it was wider than it should have been. Callum ran. Finley followed, shouting. The rocks were black, treacherous. The sea looked calm, but that was the lie. The wave rose without warning. No roar, no swell. Just a black wall lifting, like something standing upright. It curled. It reached. It took him. The second he was there, the next. Foam folding over granite. Silence. Search boats came at dawn. The villagers were already awake. It happens, one said. Another added almost gently. It never takes just one. Finley stayed. Grief makes men stubborn. The salt appeared first. A thin crust on the interior railing, then a shallow sheet of seawater pooling at the base of the spiral. Though the door remained bolted, The light skipped once between its 10-second pulses, 8 seconds, then 12, then 10 again. He began hearing Callum's voice in the stairwell. "Finn, it's warmer down here." The woman in blue stood further out of reach that night, waiting. An old man stopped Finley on the path one evening. "Don't stay after it flashes red." "It doesn't flash red," said Finley. The old man didn't blink. "It will." The storm arrived without forecast. Wind flattened grass. The sky split open. The whispers no longer pleaded. They commanded, "Come down." The light flashed. White. 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 Then red. Just once. The village lanterns ignited below. They were already gathering. Figures lined the outer rocks, fishermen in oilskins long out of use, women with seaweed threaded through their hair, faces worn thin by water. The woman in blue extended her hand. Behind Finley the air warmed. Callum stood in the stairwell, faint, flickering. "Fight it." The sea rose again, slower this time, expecting him. Finley stepped forward. One step, then another. The villagers did not shout. They watched, because someone must. The wave lifted. It did not crash. It swallowed. Clean. By dawn, the lighthouse flashed steady again. 10 seconds apart, as if nothing had ever changed. At the William E. DeGarth Monument, chisels rang against granite. There are 32 figures carved for those the sea have claimed. There are 33 now. A keeper beneath stylized waves. 2 hands in the stone. One reaching, one pulling. Another car winds down the coastal road. Villagers watch from their porches. The lighthouse flashes. Once. Twice. 10 seconds apart. Like it's counting. The sea waits. Sleep tight. Or don't. From Dusk Till Dawn. If you've made it this far, I appreciate you listening. If this story left you feeling a little cold in a damp night, like, share, subscribe. I know it sounds cheesy, but think of it like a tip, and it costs nothing to give.